They wanted to come in and stop free speech.
I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several.
How are you doing, my dearest family? Welcome again to Direct TV, bringing to you the true brother Joshua. Right in today's video, guys, I want to start off by talking about the fact that the man of God, Pastor Chris, have been addressing free speech for a while now. And a lot of people usually say so many things. They will say, the man of God, why should he get involved in saying this and that? But now it is very obvious in some of these things that have been going on. Watch this video where he spoke about Elon Musk, and I'll be right back.
Them. And that's why they hate free speech. And here's the war against free speech today. And I really want to take this very seriously. And I want God's people everywhere to take this very, very seriously. We came out of dictatorships of yesteryears by the sweat, tears, and blood of many. How can we allow ourselves to go back to those tyrannies? And that's what Satan wants to bring upon the nations one more time. And we should be able to have a complete no. Somebody asked a question, is hate speech supposed to be free speech? The answer is yes. Because you should be free to say whatever you want to say. It doesn't mean that what you say is going to be right. Even the devil, when he appeared to Jesus and tempted Jesus and quoted scripture wrongly and misapplied the scripture, tempting Jesus, the Bible doesn't say that Jesus went after him to try to destroy him and fight him. No, Jesus replied also with words. So if someone is uttering what you call hate speech, that's why we have courts. Go to the court. Take him to court. We already have systems and structures that were already taking care of whatever kind of speech. So new laws against hate speech was all a deception, a subterfuge. It was a deception because they wanted to come in and stop free speech. And why do they want to stop free speech? Because they want only their narrative to be heard. Why is that? Because they have a satanic agenda, and we must say no. I hear what's happening in the United Kingdom right now, where Keir Starmer, the new prime minister, instead of taking a stand against the wicked law that was enacted, I think just a couple of years ago, against online posts, has used that opportunity to go after those they don't like what they're saying. It's absolute nonsense, and it should be resisted. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. We cannot and we will not go back to totalitarianism and the barbaric oppression. We cannot accept it. And those in the UK, you must rise in prayer. I want to show you how to pray about this. You must pray against this. You must take a stand against it. Don't accept it because it's something, it's a declension that you don't want.
There you have it, my dearest family. So these were some of the things the man of God, Pastor Chris, spoke against. And while he was still talking, he also made mention of the fact that X, which is Twitter, we always know as Twitter, is the only platform that allowed free speech as at then. So let's listen to that before I bring up Mark Zuckerberg and what he said.
They're after X and Elon Musk. That's what it's about. So what they're just trying to do is to get a conviction for the purpose of using it against X and Elon Musk. So they're just going around. They're just going around. It's a deception. Because they don't want, X right now is the only platform in the world where you can actually say what you want without some people thinking that they've got power, they are wiser than you, and they're going to decide what you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say. We've got King's Chat, for example, but you're not allowed to say whatever you want to say on King's Chat. So it's not free for everybody. It's not open to say whatever you like to say. So King's Chat is not for free speech. You can say some things on King's Chat and they're going to take you out. That's for sure. But the only platform in the world for free speech. So that's the champion. I would say is the last bastion of free speech in the world. And they want to stop it. They should not be allowed to stop it.
All right, my dearest family, there you have it. So, this has been the things the man of God, Pastor Chris, have been sharing with us. And, I came across where Mark Zuckerberg recently said that, he's going to be repenting about some of the things he has been doing on Facebook. He has been giving a lot of restrictions, taking down people's account. So, I'd like you to listen to what he said and, how it aligns with what the man of God, Pastor Chris, has been warning us against. Watch this, guys. I'll be right back.
Hey everyone, I want to talk about something important today because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political, but there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content. But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms. More specifically, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US. After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote non-stop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact-checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US. So over the next couple of months, we're going to phase in a more comprehensive community notes system. Second, we're going to simplify our content policies and get rid of a bunch of restrictions on topics like immigration and gender that are just out of touch with mainstream discourse. What started as a movement to be more inclusive has increasingly been used to shut down opinions and shut out people with different ideas, and it's gone too far. So I want to make sure that people can share their beliefs and experiences on our platforms. Third, we're changing how we enforce our policies to reduce the mistakes that account for the vast majority of censorship on our platforms. We used to have filters that scanned for any policy violation. Now, we're going to focus those filters on tackling illegal and high-severity violations. And for lower severity violations, we're going to rely on someone reporting an issue before we take action. The problem is that the filters make mistakes, and they take down a lot of content that they shouldn't. So by dialing them back, we're going to dramatically reduce the amount of censorship on our platforms. We're also going to tune our content filters to require much higher confidence before taking down content. The reality is that this is a trade-off. It means we're going to catch less bad stuff, but we'll also reduce the number of innocent people's posts and accounts that we accidentally take down. Fourth, we're bringing back civic content. For a while, the community asked to see less politics because it was making people stressed, so we stopped recommending these posts. But it feels like we're in a new era now, and we're starting to get feedback that people want to see this content again. So we're going to start phasing this back into Facebook, Instagram, and Threads while working to keep the communities friendly and positive. Fifth, we're going to move our trust and safety and content moderation teams out of California, and our US-based content review is going to be based in Texas. As we work to promote free expression, I think that it will help us build trust to do this work in places where there is less concern about the bias of our teams. Finally, we're going to work with President Trump to push back on governments around the world that are going after American companies and pushing to censor more. The US has the strongest constitutional protections for free expression in the world. Europe has an ever-increasing number of laws institutionalizing censorship and making it difficult to build anything innovative there. Latin American countries have secret courts that can order companies to quietly take things down. China has censored our apps from even working in the country. The only way that we can push back on this global trend is with the support of the US government. And that's why it's been so difficult over the past 4 years when even the US government has pushed for censorship. By going after us and other American companies, it has emboldened other governments to go even further. But now we have the opportunity to restore free expression, and I am excited to take it.
Alright, my dearest family, I'm so excited because these are proofs that our prayer is working. Our man of God, Pastor Chris, gave us warning and said we should pray against these things. And it shows that our prayer is working. And we must keep praying because other platforms must equally align with some of these things, including this YouTube. YouTube is very, very worst on this side. Man, YouTube. But we'll keep praying till they too align. Alright, they too align and give opportunity for free speech. So thank you so much, guys, for watching today's video. I really look forward to seeing you in my next video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Bye.